Good afternoon, everyone. Erica with Aurora Heart Healing. I have some deck emotions to pull today. We will see what this collective needs to know. Quite a few cards already. Is there anything else that we should be pulling out for this collective? Is there anything else that we need to know for this collective? Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, this is going to be a full reading, guys. We're seeing a lot of confusion right now. And confusion is lack of understanding, not being certain about what you should do or what something means. And I know that there is a lot of confusion going on in the world today. There's a lot of hostility too coming through. Hostility, resistant, not friendly, hospitable, could be a result of immature attitudes or unrealistic expectations. I think that this is really calling to play into what we're dealing with in society right now. There's a lot of unrealistic expectations. There's so much hostility that's going on between people. And it's unfortunate. It causes a lot of confusion for not just ourselves, but for the world around us as well. And there's this feeling of numbness, incapable of feeling emotion, unaware or deprived of emotional sensation. This is something that I did not know until I actually started feeling my feelings. Yes, there was a huge time in my life where I would numb myself through drugs, through drinking, through relationships, whatever it was, I was numbing myself because I did not want to feel or deal with what it was that I was feeling inside. One of the things that I remember very clearly was jumping from relationship to avoid what it was that I was feeling inside, those emotional sensations. And I'm seeing that a lot in our society right now, because when we're on our phones constantly, when we are having all of these dopamine hits, there's no chance for us to actually feel the different harder emotions like that emptiness. And it's kind of interesting because when you're sitting on your phone constantly, there is a sense of emptiness that happens, feeling exhausted, drained, hollow, feeling lack, void, or absence. And that numbness can really create a sense of emptiness within us. Um, Another thing that I've noticed, at least just watching, or I'm pretty active on TikTok, there's jealousy happening where these people have more than me, or those people, or that, or whatever it is. It's feeling resentful or envious about someone else's successes. Um, and that one is a really tough one when we look at the world around us, right? So we have this huge disconnection between the upper class. There's not too much of a middle class if you want to be really truly honest. And then there's that lower. And there's this jealousy amongst all of them. The upper, they have what they need, but they're hoarding. And then we have the middle, which is struggling to get by. And then there's the poor that are gaining these assistances, this help, and everyone is blaming each other for why no one is happy, why all of them feel emptiness inside. When in reality, it has to do with the way that we're feeling about ourselves. There's a lot of frustration going on within the world right now. And I feel like it's good for you to look at that frustration card. It's like jagged edges, feeling deceived or tricked, defeated. And it's like, no matter what we're doing as a society, there's this sense of frustration with each other When in reality, if we were to be able to sit down and be peaceful with one another and build relationship with each other, then we would be in this peaceful, calm, serene state. There would be a sense of inner harmony because there wouldn't be this instability and resentment towards each other. Because in reality, it's not us versus them or them versus us. It's we're all in this together. We are all under the same sky. We are all feeling all of these different things, this confusion, this numbness, this emptiness. We all feel it at times. But when we actually sit down and put down that jealousy and that resentment, we can come into a place of stability. We can come into a place of, oh, I understand where this person is coming from. And I don't have to be angry or jealous or frustrated with them. I don't have to feel resentful because they're not doing anything. If we were to really truly sit down and think about each other, what are we doing to each other? How are we doing anything to each other? Usually, at least myself, I go home and I hang with my kids and I have a good dinner and we go to soccer practice and I work with people on a daily basis. So for someone to come to me and say, you don't belong here, get out of here. Truly, what did I do to them to cause them discomfort? Nothing. It all was caused within themselves, whatever that frustration is. Maybe it's money. I'm not taking money from them, but yet there's this interesting hostility that happens when a person is perceived to be doing better than someone else. That jealousy shows up. Why is that? Maybe it's this little part inside of us, inside of that person, that just has this hostility. And it's not because of anyone else, it's because of whatever they learned within themselves. The other day, I was talking to my daughter, which she's so smart. I cannot even explain how intelligent she is. She just gets things. And she came home and she was super upset. And I was like, what's going on? Why are you so frustrated? What happened? And she says, my feelings are hurt and I'm really angry. And I'm like, okay, just keeping quiet to try to listen in on what's going on. And she says, this girl that goes to a private school from their program said that she only goes to public school because her parents didn't try hard enough. And that hit hard. And I could see why she felt resentful because no, I mean, I've worked 3 jobs before. Currently, I will not do that again. No matter how much I'm struggling, I would never do that again. But why did this person have this perception that someone, if they haven't met their goal or if they haven't achieved something, that it's that they haven't tried hard enough? What inside them has created that belief that that's what's happening here? And it made me really think about how hard it is for people, how frustrating it is. For me, I was frustrated, I was angry. And then I also thought, that's so weird. Why would a child think something like that? So after I had finished consoling my daughter and talking to her and helping her process what was said to her, we came into a place of gratitude, of Thank goodness that we understand each other on this level, that you do everything. This kid gets over 100% on some of these tests and in her grades. And I was like, how do you even do that? I don't understand how you can do that. But it made me let go of that resentment towards that kid and that hostility that I felt too, because I did. I was angry. Why would anyone come up to my child and tell her that I haven't tried hard enough? They don't even know me. But when we really truly stop and pull back and think, what is this really about? The root cause is usually us. The root is usually within us. Why is it that so many of the one percenters are so unhappy with themselves, but yet they want everything more and more and more? Is it because you have taken something from them? Or is it because there's an emptiness inside that no amount of money can fill? Whatever that is, recognizing that we can actually live in a very peaceful and harmonious life if we take that time, that moment to stop, to step back, to um, gain clarity on what exactly it is that we're feeling. Because confusion says, I don't know what I should do. I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what's going on, but I just know that I don't like it. And in those states of confusion, we can actually really, truly put ourselves into a space of conflict with others, conflict within ourselves, sadness, feeling unhappy, and comparative suffering. My suffering is harder than yours. My life has been harder than yours. You don't understand because you've never been through it. Who am I to say that your suffering isn't just as bad as mine? When we compare ourselves to others, we're not living in a peaceful life. We're actually very tumultuous within that, causing a lot of frustration, a lot of sadness, a lot of grief. So, one of the things that we all as a collective really should do, these are all suggestions, these are all my hopes that my words will cause an effect of softening, an effect of being more loving towards not just ourselves, but towards others as well. Sharing empathy towards the struggles of another person, understanding their point of view and the way it might make them feel. Because in reality, we're all just learning here, and we're yearning for connection. We're yearning for a world that is peaceful, but we do not know. We've never been taught what peace is like. We've been taught through all these wars that they are taking something from us or they're doing something to us, when in reality, they're just living life too. We all want peace. We all want harmony. We all want empathy. What's stopping us? The blockage might actually be within you. And I know it sounds crazy to hear that, but maybe, just maybe, by creating peace within yourself, letting go of the hostility, the numbness, actually allowing yourself to feel, you will pour into yourself, and there will no longer be this emptiness or comparing our suffering to another's. There will be peace and love and harmony And community. We're all under the same sky, guys. Every single last one of us. We all suffer one way or another. What are we going to do with our own suffering to transform it and to create more peace and gratitude for each other on earth? Because it would be a very lonely world without anyone else in it. So I hope that this is helpful for those of us that are going through so much turmoil, so much conflict, and not knowing how to navigate. It starts with us. As we heal the world around us. So I hope that today you take a look at what needs to be healed within you. Take these emotions, understand them, love them into wholeness, and bring peace, that much more peace on earth. I love you all. Have a wonderful day.